coming up, the Amp Energy NHL hardest shot. 5 points are available, 4 skaters from each team. The winner of each matchup will earn 1 point, and the hardest shooter will earn 1 bonus point. Representing the West, Byfuglien, Seguin, Scott, and Weber. From the East, Ekblad, Malkin, Stamkos, and Subban. Al MacInnis won the event 7 times, Zdeno Chara 5 times. It was Shea Weber last year in Columbus. Dustin Byfuglien of the Winnipeg Jets up first. 2 shots apiece. Here comes Byfuglien shooting from 30 feet out. 99.6. The winner has eclipsed 100 miles per hour Pierre in 7 straight events.
And I'll tell you right now, there's a huge feeling in us collectively holding their breath, waiting for Shea Weber. I've been up and down the players sitting down here, and they're all waiting for Weber. So no disrespect to the other guys, but everybody's kind of waiting. Where's Weber?
Weber last year, Pierre, 108.5, second fastest all time to Zdeno Chara. Now, Aaron Ekblad taking off his jersey to reveal a Kevin Spacey space shirt. It's Spacey in Space, which has become very popular amongst Florida Panthers players and fans. That T-shirt, Pierre, awarded to the Panthers Player of the Game following victories. And they've won a lot of games recently.
And they're going to win a lot more, especially with that player around, Aaron Ekblad. And I understand Kevin Spacey also texts the team after games, Kenny.
91.9 for Ekblad. In fact, the Panthers have won the last 15 games, Pierre, that Ekblad has played in. They had that 12-game winning streak, and then he missed some time.
And what a job their coach, Gerard Gallant, has done. And you got to commend Peter Luco down there, the president of the team, and the ownership crew led by Vincent Viola. Phenomenal story being written down in South Florida for the National Hockey League.
There's Gerard. He will coach the Atlantic Division squad tomorrow. Second attempt for Dustin Byfuglien. 99.8 on his first one. And this one, JR, is 99.4.
Well, I've gotten hit by this guy's slap shot before, and it almost took my leg off, and he really leaned into this one. Look at the bend in that stick. I know he uses a very firm stick, too, so for him to get that much torque in it, 99 miles an hour, it's pretty unreal.
Shot number 2 for Aaron Ekblad in his Spacey in Space T-shirt. Ekblad, the Calder Trophy winner, as Rookie of the Year last season, fires 93.4. Amongst all your teammates, JR, who do you think had the hardest shot?
Well, there's a couple guys that can really bring it. Dave Manson, when I was back in Chicago in my younger days, he had a shot that I knew when you got in front of the net and he wound up, you had to make sure that it didn't hit you in the ankle, because if it did, it was breaking something. Dave Manson, Doug Wilson had a hard shot. Remember, coming out of high school, going right into the National Hockey League, these guys that shoot the puck as hard as they do right there, those are the guys that really impressed me early.
You ever get in front of an Al MacInnis or a Zdeno Chara shot?
Well, if you want to ask me who was one of the hardest I've ever played against, it was Al MacInnis. When he had the biggest curve on his stick, kind of a wedge curve, that when he let that thing go, and he had a whippy stick, and when he got a hold of that one, he was blowing off legs every single time. He was the most feared guy in the National Hockey League when he wound up. Tyler Seguin, leaning into that one, didn't get as much, I think, as he wanted on it.
Al MacInnis won this event a record 7 times. Here's Evgeny Malkin of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Dustin Byfuglien is the current leader, 99.6. Here comes Malkin, 97 miles per hour.
And again, there's another trick to this that I was told by Al Iafrate, who won it years back. He said the lower that you hit it, keeping it along the ice, the faster the puck picks up velocity. So that might be something that they can look through.
Now to Pierre with Jaromir Jagr.
Thanks very much, Kenny. How much fun are you having here at this All-Star game?
So far, so good. I don't have to do anything, so I get a lot of fun.
Jaromir, I see you working with the young players a lot, especially down in Florida with Barkov and also Huberdeau. As your career's gone along, are you enjoying that aspect of it?
Well, you know, it's just how to describe it. It's like, you know, when parents have a kids, you know, the parents are happy when the kids doing good. So I think it's kind of the way I am right now, and I'm happy for the kids who are doing so good. And I don't have to tell them anything. They just do it because they know it's work. So, you know, I'm happy to be with them on the same line, the same team.
You've been around the National Hockey League since 1990. How have you seen the game change over time?
Well, of course, it's a totally different game. It's a lot quicker. The players are in a lot better shape, but everything is a lot quicker. I do this some interview. They ask me, you know, how good I am right now when compared to, you know, to when I was younger.
John Scott Yarmers.
Oh yeah, we gotta see that.
We gotta see John Scott.
He's gonna win it, and it's gonna be crazy.
Here we go, Kenny.
Pierre. John Scott soaking it all in.
Well, obviously they all want him to do well, and at 6'8", he's 270 pounds. He should be able to hit this thing hard.
92.6.
Looks like he needs to get on the weights a little bit.
John Scott, the leading vote getter. His story has been well documented. A look at his first attempt.
I'm sure the nerves are going through him a little bit when he's beginning to shoot that puck. Probably didn't get all of it. That looked like it hit the back of his heel a little bit, and gets another chance. I'm sure he's going to lean into the next one.
He is a former defenseman.
So he should have a really hard shot, having that former defensive aspect to him.
All right, here's Steven Stamkos. 98.5.
See, one thing that Steven does that is really to his benefit is he picks up a lot of speed before he gets to that puck. So that speed that he picks up with his body helps that momentum of the puck get there a lot quicker. Let's see if John can pick up a little bit of speed here. It's kind of tough when you're 6'8", but I think this one he's going to hit right in the middle of the stick. I think his nerves will probably settle down a little bit.
92.6 on his first attempt. 95.9.
Not bad. If that puck stays a little bit lower, I think he's going to have a little bit better speed because he's really leaning into it. And with that weight behind it, that thing should explode off that stick a little bit better.
Fans cheering for John. And now the second shot from Steven Stamkos.
Yeah, that's exactly what Steven figured out right there. He got that velocity because of the momentum of his body, and he saw how low that this puck went. Look at how fast he explodes. He leans into that, and that was only about maybe an inch off the ice. So, as we can see, the lower the puck goes, the faster it picks up speed.
The first shooter to break 100 miles per hour, 103.9. Stamkos is the leader.
Imagine having a shot that hard and as accurate as he does shoot it. That's why he's one of the best goal scorers in the world. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Listen to the crowd now.
The defending champ and hometown hero.
That's a warm-up. That's a warm-up shot. 105.3 easily vaults into the lead. Again, he is so strong. He really leans into that puck. Again, I've been hit by his shot too, Kenny, and that doesn't feel good.
105.3 on Shea Weber's first attempt. Now PK Subban. Clock was not ready. Subban started too early, so he will have another attempt.
He went so fast in the puck the first time, he's probably out of breath from the first attempt.
This is PK as himself, not Jaromir Jagr.
Absolutely, and he's gonna really get some speed up right here. He's got a long stick, which will also help him. 102, not bad. That puck also stayed low.
So now Shea Weber once again. He first started firing punts and leftover plywood that his dad brought home from his sawmill in British Columbia. That was his target as a youngster.
Well, there's a lot of different ways to get your shot accurate, get your shot hard, to try to break plywood. I guess works for him because he's bringing it tonight again.
105.3 on his first attempt. 108.1. Just shy of what he registered last year, 108.5. It's Zdeno Chara, the all-time record, 108.8.
In his first attempt, he was a little nonchalant, didn't get the speed. That one, he really took off the start and really leaned into that one. That was a great, great attempt by Shea Weber to get that record.
So Shea Weber with the two hardest shots, 108.1 and 105.3. Chatting about it with teammate Roman Josi. Final attempt, PK Subban.
Well, he wins for the clock not being set, that's for sure. Unregisterable shots for PK Subban.
He wins the category of most attempts.
Yeah,
this will be his fourth.
He's going to get the most work out of anybody, too. He's had 3 sprints when he should be only having 2. Taking a breath right there. Look at him. I have to do this all over again and again. He's finding that effort.
101.3.
Very respectable. Very respectable. You like to get over 100.
So Shea Weber does it again. 108.1 for Shea Weber, who receives an ovation from the crowd here in Nashville.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Shea Weber again does not disappoint the fans.
Here.
Thanks very much, Kenny. All right, you were close to the record. Are you shooting the puck harder now than ever before?
Obviously not. A little bit slower.
Shea, when you think about all the things that have happened here this weekend, as the captain of the Nashville Predators, what's this crowd, what's this weekend mean to the team and the organization?
It's been unbelievable. Obviously, you see how passionate these fans are. It's been so much fun so far, and looking forward to the rest of the weekend.
They're cheering for one more shot. This is a town when they want encores because of great music. Are you prepared to go give them one more shot?
I'm up for whatever.
Shea Weber wants to take one more shot. Are you ready for one more shot, Nashville? Here we go!
One more shot.
Let's see how fast he takes off for this one, Kenny. He's going to really try to get at that top speed as fast as he can.
Here comes Shea Weber.
Oh, man.
107.8. He's won it the last 2 years. The Amp Energy NHL hardest shot at 108.1 miles per hour.